light outside. Wonder what that's about. Very white. Must be forest fires. Some rain. So all the magical people out there, send some rain to California. I wanted to expand a bit on entrainment, because in the videos I did before, I touched on the negative entrainment, the horror show entrainment, but I didn't say a whole bunch about the other side of it, which is self-entrainment. Which is not bad. Self-entrainment is necessary to live your life. Somewhat. It's somewhat necessary. It's not necessary to get in there and do the 70-year plan. That's the other kind of entrainment. But as far as navigating your 3D life, you need some of it. The problem with the other kind of entrainment is that a human gets into the one-track thought set, the stuck life, stuck world, limited viewpoint, and they stay on that. That's the baseline. And the quantum reality still flows around them. It's not stopping. It's not even barely noticing that they're doing that. That's just simply like one pixel out of infinite pixels that's sitting there like not moving. So the quantum reality is not like, oh, you know, this guy over here has gotten himself into the 70-year plan and now he's stuck. No, it's not like that. It doesn't really bother about it. Because all the paths are valid. The 70-year entrainment is just as valid as the I'm going to the grocery store to get eggs entrainment. The difference with it is that the I'm going to the store to get eggs entrainment is held more lightly. It's held very lightly within the mind. And that doesn't have to be. If a 70-year plan entrainment individual is inserting within that 70-year plan entrainment the I'm going to the grocery store to get eggs entrainment, okay, they're carrying the same thought set into the eggs. So they're carrying the whole 70-year thing into the eggs. You see? Whereas, as far as my own experience has taught me, if you would like to do something, anything at all, it requires one thought, which will entrain you to that thought form as long as you wish to continue doing it. You set your intent with the thought, I'd like to get groceries, I'd like to get eggs. And you really don't have to do anything beyond that as far as mentalizing it. Your body knows how to walk. You know how to get into the car. You know how to follow the laws of the road. You know how to navigate a grocery store. And you also know how to get back. So the idea is that when you're training yourself on your day-to-day life, which everybody does, have the thought form. If you want it, keep it. If you don't, drop it. And if you keep it, just have it, make the decision, gonna get eggs, and then let it go completely. Like, don't hold on to that one whatsoever. Now, you can't let it go completely, but that's how you're treating it. You're treating it as if that's just out the window. And then you may find yourself driving down the street, and occasionally a thought will pop in that says, oh, I'm going to get eggs. And then, you know, once you're over there and you see a store, you're like, oh, that store has eggs. And so on and so forth. And you hold it lightly. And in that fashion, you are allowing yourself to stay present while still accomplishing that initial idea that you had, which was getting eggs. Because most people are used to living the whole life up here. All of it. It's all figured out, planned out, every detail has been accounted for. And then attempting to hold that as they move through their lives. And of course, the life itself is just like, what the fuck? You, like, it's just like, it's even trying to help you do that thing, because it's trying to help everybody do what they're trying to do. So it's trying to help accomplish that, but you're also floating in a vast sea of millions and possibly billions of other body-mind complexes known as humans, and they're all doing different things than your 70-year plan has talked about. So when you're flowing down your river of life, you're going to come banging up against those guys, and they're going to be like, well, your 70-year plan isn't really fitting with my thing that I'm doing. Even right this moment, maybe it's not fitting with my trip to the store to get eggs somehow. And you have some sort of clash going on. Although the 70-year plan person is going to be more likely to be more upset because they're on the 70-year plan. And the eggs person who's holding this thought form lightly runs up against, you know, they bang up against each other somehow. And the eggs thought train or entrainment person is like, oh, okay, so like, I see your 70-year plan and I see how it's very well set in place. And I can respect that. And maybe my eggs entrainment is interfering with that. So eggs person can say, well, I can do 1,000 other things. I don't even have to get eggs, actually. Like, I can not get eggs. And maybe that will help your 70-year plan. Or maybe I can get eggs in 10 minutes instead of right now. Maybe instead I can just walk down the sidewalk and look at butterflies or something, you know? Hope everybody's doing well. Have a good one. Peace!